Hi, my name is Hisham David Shahadi with Das Property LLC. Today I'm going to show you an amazing way how to accumulate wealth in 5-6 years from now, where you have income every month for the rest of your life, passive income I'm talking about, and a passive investment where you don't do anything whatsoever, just put your money, make it work for you, where your grandchildren, your children, grandchildren, they can benefit from if you chose to. Let's begin right now. Let's suppose that you have $100,000 to invest. We could use 50, you could use 25, you could use whatever, but I'm using for this particular one $100,000. Whether it's IRA money, whether money that you can borrow at lower interest rates, whatever. I'm going to use $100,000 investment here, okay? $100,000, okay? Right now, I can buy you, let's put that year 1, year 2. I'm going to show you like how every year is going to be. It's amazing. It'll astonish you. Let's say that I can buy you right now easy 6 houses with this money. But I'm going to go with 5, okay? I just bought 2 today, and I know I can do it. Let's go with 5 houses. Year 1, okay? Year 1, we get 5 investment property. Investment properties, okay? And they would net you at least $450 a month. Why do I know that? Because I'm doing it. In fact, I'm being really conservative here, and you will see why. 450 times 12. Let's do the calculation together. What would that with my calculator? Let's do it together. 450, I believe it's 5,400. 450 times 12. That will give us $5,400 a year. Okay, that's $5,400 a year. Okay, now you got 5 houses. Each house will give you $5,400. You got 5. That will total. It will total times 5. $27,000 the first year of income. The first year of a passive income. You could just stop right here. Now, you can do 2 things. You can take this money or some of it and buy another house, or you can take some of the money and invest it in something else. I used to do annuities before, and you could do that too. But I love real estate right now. Real estate right now is cheap. You cannot buy it, especially in the Indiana area. It's so cheap, and the return is so great that it doesn't make any sense to put the money anywhere else. If you don't like real estate, it's too bad. I know some people, they got hurt because they really had the wrong management, or they mismanaged their money and so forth. But most people, like you can ask Warren Buffett, made a lot of money. Let's assume that you take $20,000, buy 1 more house for the second year. So you have $7,000 left here, right? But take $20,000, buy 1 more. Year 2, you'll have 6 houses with the same income. Now your income increased by 1 house, which is plus what? 5,400. Oops, I did something wrong here. 27,000 plus 5,400. You can help me there if you like. That would be 32,400. So now your second year income is 32,400. If you don't believe me, you can check it out. Now you have 32,000, and I know in the next 5-6 years you still can purchase these properties for 20, 25, 22, 18. I know you can, because the way I see it, it's not going to go up that much for a few years. After that amount, that's why I'm using 5 to 7 years or 10 years of these kind of prices. Now let's say that you want to buy another house. So you have another 12,000 here left. You have 20,000, 32 minus 20. You have a 12,000 here that you do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, let's not use that one there. Year 3, you have 7 houses, right? We'll use the same formula right here, and 32 plus 54, because we have another house now. That's $37,800. Okay, $37,800. You'll be getting every single month from your rental property. You might ask, oh yeah, that's look good on the board. Believe me, I'm actually very conservative. you have a lot of extra money here. Even if you didn't rent, in Indiana, I never have a property that's not rented. Never even more than a month vacant. Once I put the sign, it's rented right away. And it's been like that for 5 years. And I believe it's going to continue to be like this for a long time. They rent real quick. And the property we do is we make sure that it's done. When we rehab it, we do the best rehab. We do new plumbing, new electrical. If it needs a new furnace, we put new furnace. Or if we see a need for it, we do. So we really have very, very little maintenance. I can attest to that. However, let's say that you have issues there, you know, and it costs you more money. You still have extra money here. Now for $37,800, you buy one more house, okay, for year 4, you'll have 8 houses. Now you have 37, if you put 20, you still have $17,800 here, okay? So let's do the math here. So you actually have 14, 16, you have 36,000 here. So you still can buy actually 3 houses, okay? But let's say we're gonna buy only 1 house right now with the same income, and that will be plus what, 5,400 equal now 43,000. Year 4, you'll have $43,000 200 income every single month. I'm not even counting the equity here, guys, because we buy the property. This property have sold for $70,000, $60,000 and $80,000 in the good old days. Some of them even more. I'm assuming the lower thing. So there's a lot of equity in there built up. When the prices goes up, you'll make more money. Now you have 36, you have 43,000, you have 36,000. I would buy, let's say that we buy 3 houses here, okay? 3 houses, because you still have left over. You want $60,000, you can buy 3 houses, or $65,000. You'll have left over what? If you use what do you have here? 36,043. You have 9, 7, so you have 800, so you have actually almost 80,000. Let's say you buy 3 houses for 60, 65,000. You still have money left over. Okay, buy 3 houses here, times year 5, correction. Let me get that on the board here. It looks better when it's clean. Sorry about my writing. I'm not the best writer, but you know, get the message. So we got 3 houses here. So we have 11 houses now. 11 houses. Now the income is we have to add to this number. We have to add 5,400 times 3, right? So 43,200 times, what's that? Would be 15,000, 16,200, right? 15,000. Yeah, 16,200 plus 16,200. 16,200 equal 59,400. 400 again. Okay, that's year 5, guys. Year 5. Now, if this property is by year 5, you got 11 properties here. Now you still have money left over there, and you can buy easily 3 or 4 properties. Let's buy 3 more properties with the left over here. Some of that. Let's go to year 6. Buy 3 more properties. So we have 11 and 3, 14. We have 14 properties. We get the same income. I'm telling you, the income here is conservative. Some of them will give you maybe 550 net. Some will give you 500 net. Some will give you 420, but most of them will give you more than that if it's paid for, unless you have a loan. If you have a loan, you have enough money to pay for the loan anyway. With this extra money, just have to buy less properties. Let's count that 59,400 by buying 3 more properties will be plus, what did you say, 15,000, 16,200? Yeah, 16,200 equal. You get 75,600 income every single month, folks. I don't know where you can go wrong. And it does require discipline, yes. It does require focus. It does require taking the money and invest it back. Hopefully you have a job where you don't need the money right now. But if you do need the money, you could use some of it. You have some room to play with for other things that you might want to do. It's only for 6 years. I'm going to put 1 more year, okay, and then we'll just stop. This is 7 years. The 7th years you buy another 3 property. I'm not going to say 4 or 5. You buy 3 property. That will be 50. It'll be 17, okay. And mind you have a lot of cash flow left still. 17 plus let's say 16,200 equal $91,800. $91,800. If you go to number 8 years, you'll be over 100,000. Now, guys, I don't know any investment on earth can give you that kind of return. The first return here is actually, if you calculate it, it's about 27%. And if you do the whole return from the beginning to end, you have hundreds and hundreds of return on investment. This is the best investment on earth. The property is cheap right now. Buy right now. I already have some people that I'm contact a lot of people. I have a guy right now who's buying properties. He has about $10 million he's buying tax sales. And you know, in tax sales, people have 1 year to redeem their properties. And so he worked on them, and then some of them redeem, most of them they don't, and he sells these properties to me and other people. We buy them really cheap. And they're good properties, and they're good rentals. I only buy what I know I can put a family in there. I've been here for 5 years renting and rehabbing properties. I have over 75 properties so far. I can walk into any property and spend about 10 minutes, let you know exactly how much it's going to cost. And I'm usually on the money. Now, I made mistakes in the beginning. I made tons of mistakes, but I learned a lot after I made the mistakes. So I know this is actually very conservative. Where else can you spend $100,000? Imagine if you have $200,000 in the beginning and buy 10 houses, or $300,000, or $400,000. You can instantly have this income that you want, and lots of equity that when you want to sell later on, you can sell. This is a passive investment, folks. This investment is, you touch nothing. You just put your money in there. I already have a management team. I've been here for 5 years. I have the best management team in the industry, in different cities. I have the best rehabbers. I overlook all their work, and I know what it takes to build wealth through real estate. And I am building it myself right now. And I really want to help you build it. My goal is to help as many people as possible retire younger and richer. You know, only 94% of the people in America retire at the age 65 financially independent. The rest, they are dead or dead broke because they have not or they didn't plan. You might have a great job right now, you feel you're secure, you're making good money, and you're happy there. This is the perfect time for you to take some of that money and invest it in there, so that when you lose your job, God forbid, or when you don't like to work anymore, when you want to fire the boss that you have, you don't have to worry about nothing. You have options. It's nice to have options, isn't it? This is options. You can have the income come to you every month to your checking account or checking to your PO box or mailing address, and you never have to worry about the next payment, where your payment's going to come from. Plus, if you would add, you got 17 properties here, okay? And you don't have to go to 17. You could just settle here. If you have 7 houses, you can have just 37,000 if you're settled, if you're happy there, and have this money and do whatever you want to do with it. But you know what? Why not? With this time is very lucrative to buy real estate. Why not taking advantage? Because I really believe in 8, 9, 10 years. I don't know exactly when. You know, these prices will be, each house will be $70,000, $80,000, and then you can sell them for that price, or you can sell 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever you want to do. But at least right now, not only you get all this income, you get almost all your money in 7 years, you also have equity that's worth, well, let's see, this 17 houses times, let's say each, by then, again, the prices of those properties, right, they've been sold for 60, 70, 80, and 50,000. Let's say that they will sell for 50,000 after Actually, some of them are selling them right now for, I know some investor I don't want to mention, is actually selling these properties right now for $60,000 and $70,000, believe it or not, to investors, to passive people. But I don't want to do that. I want to be able to help the majority of people. But let's say that they're $50,000 in 6 years from now. Well, let's do the math here. 50,000, okay? Now, 17 houses that you have, 17 houses times, how much, 50,000? Oops, 500,000. No, you won't go that much. 17 times, this calculators. I'm living with calculator, it's really me. 17 times 50,000. That's about $850,000 in equity, okay, on these houses that are already paid for. That's only if we say each one's worth 50, and right now most of them are worth more. And so, guys, where else can you go? Now, this is the passive investment. We also have a program for active investors. If somebody wants to invest and wants to be active in it, we can teach them. I have the proper team here where they can show them every step of the way to accumulate wealth. Now, this income here has taxes, insurance, management, and repair. So repair is usually very little in the property I already have because I make sure everything's done right. I don't just sugarcoat it like some people do. I make sure the plumbing is new, the electrical is new, the appliances are almost new. If not new, if I have an issue, I get new ones, so you know you have no problem there when I have the property. So, and that's why I've been so lucky so far with the rehabs, because it all depends how you do it, and we do it right. Folks, I've been everywhere. I've done all kind of things. I've done, I own restaurants, I've done consulting management, I've done insurance, I've done mortgages. I was a wholesale rep for mortgages in the past. I did home sales all my life. I was the top salesman in every company I worked for until I lose interest. I have to admit, I do have kind of, when I lose interest, when I perfect something, I get bored. I really have to admit that. I get bored, so I just leave. So I left many, many areas where I could build on. After I build it, keep building on. I said, you know, I have no interest, I left. But real estate here, I'm in it because it's so exciting. I'm rehabbing 2 houses right now. I went today to see one of them, and it looks, I mean, if you see how it looked before and how it looks now, man, it's really inspiring. I love that. I love to take something that looks really bad or looks terrible, but has the potential, and make it look really good and put some tenant in it, and will be happy. One more thing. Tenant will stay with you. My tenant loves me. Tenant will stay with you if you take care of the property, if you make sure that your rehab is done right. Most people don't do it right. That's why you have a lot of vacancies in certain areas. We don't do it. I make sure I do it right. That's why I don't have any vacancies whatsoever. I wish I have more and more property. I get them rented. I made all kind of mistakes, guys. I've been doing, I flew across the country. I bought and sold airplanes. That's my hobby. And I flew all over the country in America and South America. And I mean, every place I went, I flew. I made a flight plan. I planned it ahead of time, and I got there. And I have a lot of fun doing it. Now, isn't it time to plan your financial future? Look at this. I don't see any investment that can beat this. I really don't. Now, if you know of one, let me know. I like it. But I don't see anything as secure and as safe as real estate. My name is David Shahade. You can call me, daspropertyllc.com or cashflowinindie.com, and I'll be able to help you. Let me know how I can help you. You don't have to buy 5 properties or 4 or 3 you can buy. You can start with 1. And we're here to help. And I have the team will help you. And I can guarantee you, once you buy 1 and you see the treatment you're getting and you see the money you're getting, you will want some more. Thank you for listening.